welcome back to another episode of Crave TV. Today we are out here on beautiful Hayden Lake. We're at Chef Adam Hegsted's property. He's currently out fishing with Rob from Northwest Fishing Reports and Jeff from Superfly Flies. So let's find out if they've caught anything.
Hi, I'm Adam Hegsted, chef and restaurateur in the Northwest. I'm all about the people because that's what hospitality is built on.
Hi, I'm Chandler Baird, local foodie and lifestyle influencer at Spokane Eats. I'm all about highlighting our local eateries and the communities that support them.
Crave TV is a telling of stories through visiting the places and restaurants, meeting the people who make it happen, and talking to the chefs who help create this amazing industry. This is Crave TV.
Yeah, if I judge myself for every fish I lost,
It'd be a hard life.
hard life. If I had a nickel, oh yeah. Keep going real hard. That was that downrigger clip. Oh, darn
Well, I'm sure glad I'm not out on that boat right now. So I'm just gonna hang out at Adam's house, play with all his toys while the guys do the work. Let's see if I can make at least one. Wow. Oh! Oop. Woo! 10 points.
There you are. That's looking good. Oh yeah. There. Nice and steady, Adam. Stay calm. Boom. Yeah, that's fact. Believe it or not, literally 9-inch Kokanee in Oregon this time of year, and they're skinny, you know. So this is a very nice class for this time of year.
That's a small one for this area.
Maybe, Adam, is there some tips you can share with folks at home about preserving your catch or for good table fare?
Yeah, really, we want to be able to keep the fish alive as long as possible. If you're going to be cooking it right away, you have about 30 minutes from when it dies to get the best peak sweetness out of that fish.
Okay.
Beyond that, if you're going past 30 minutes after kill, then you'll want to wait for a little bit longer to let the fish relax. It needs to have a little bit of those muscles kind of loosen up a tiny bit.
Okay.
So maybe go maybe 2 or 3 hours after that. And,
Adam, I think we're catching a fish right now.
Let's get a fish.
So if we don't eat this right away, we gotta wait a few hours.
Wait a few hours to let's slack out a little bit.
So bleeding, it's a good thing still. Putting them on ice all helps.
Yeah, well, and bleeding it really is gonna cool down the fish a little bit faster, so it's gonna keep it fresher longer. But you're also getting rid of any kind of gamey sort of flavors or stronger fish flavors. It'll help get some of those out as well. Let's see if you can hang on to this one, Rob.
It just popped right there. It's right there. Did you see it? Did you guys see that?
I don't want to say
right
that was
there.
magic, but that's great.
Wow.
So usually you want to keep reeling.
Is that?
You want to keep tension on the reel.
That's a great tip. You're right. You're right.
You got to set it.
I'll work on that.
You got to set it. I think one of the great things about being out here is that, no matter really where you're at in the area, you can be within 20 minutes being on the lake fishing, and that's a pretty amazing thing to be able to do.
There are so many good lakes and fishing opportunities here in North Idaho, and Jeff, you fish a lot of them, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I fish everything from the coast for Chinook, halibut, all the way to Lake Ponderay for rainbows, kokanee, pike, walleye.
Do people eat pike?
Pike is one of my favorite fish to eat.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to do that.
All right, well, it looks like the guys are headed back in and I'm getting hungry, so let's see if they caught any fish. Okay, did we get lucky?
We got real lucky.
Woohoo! All right.
Look at that.
What
Feel
now?
that.
Oh my goodness, I can't even hold it. You gotta hold it.
Now we're gonna go forage some food.
Okay.
While Rob and Jeff flay these up for us.
All right.
So we're gonna look for a little bit of fur tips and maybe we can grab some, there's like some wild greens that maybe we can find. And I'll let you sample them and see what you think.
Awesome. And we were talking earlier, so you said most things aren't usually poisonous,
Yeah,
right?
most things aren't. So really, I just kind of look to identify a few things. I don't know everything. We'll be right back with more Crave TV after this. So like these are fur tips here. So really this is just like the buds of the tree growing. So if you want to try that.
Yeah.
Like it kind of has like a little bit of like a citrus,
Oops, I dropped it. Here.
rosemary sort of flavor to it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, and like we're gonna replace the flavor of rosemary
That's
with this
so
sort
good.
of like citrus, kind of has a little bit of sweetness to it too.
Yeah.
So these right here will be, those would be like service berries, but they're not ripe yet. These are blackberry bushes. These ones with the flowers. These will be blackberries soon.
How pretty. I didn't know that those looked so nice.
But it's like kind of nice to be able to just walk around and
Go to your backyard, get some fresh herbs.
Well, it's like fun for like take kids and like, let's try this. Yeah. Morels growing here too.
Oh, fun.
So we'll get those occasionally. Okay, so here's like a little bit different of a kind. So really what we're looking for is these light green tips. And these have like a little bit different of a flavor to them.
Okay.
Still like citrus, but
lemony.
It's like lemon zest.
Oh my gosh. So then you don't even have to have the lemon. You just toss these in from your backyard.
Yeah, and so like in the springtime, I'll come and collect some of these and use them for, you know, like that dry brine in the fishes are really good.
Yeah.
You could definitely substitute that for lemon. It's like really aromatic.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then you don't have to have the fresh stuff.
Throw it like into a cake or something like that.
Oh my gosh. So good.
Dandelion greens. So these are pretty good.
That's crazy because it literally just looks like a weed that you would not want to do anything with.
And
so am I supposed to try this right now?
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, it tastes like lettuce.
Like lettuce.
Or, like a little bit more
And it's
bitter.
like actually pretty common in like spring mix. They'll just throw dandelion greens in there.
Yeah, I've definitely eaten these.
Yeah. So I want to like grab like the smallest baby greens. Like the bigger they are, the more like tough they're gonna be.
Gotcha. That's good to know. You could come out here and build yourself a nice little salad.
Sometimes we'll do dinners just off of like foraging things.
That is very crafty.
We'll just like throw those with our fish.
Yeah. Get some greens, some veggies. And we found a ton of stuff.
Yeah, if you know where to look, it's right under your feet.
Oh.
Hey, I heard there's bees!
Where are the bees at?
They're over there, Adam. And honey brine kokanee, man.
Let's do that's what we need. Let's go.
Let's get some honey.
All right!
All right.
I love that we're getting our honey for our kokanee here later, man.
Well, and then it's like, you know, bees are important for the world. And so being able to have, be a part of this ecosystem and like help create and make it flourish.
Right.
And then being able to harvest some of this honey at the end of the season. We don't over harvest. We barely harvest at all out of these because we want to give them enough food to live through these harsh winters.
Sure.
And so here we're not going to harvest as often as you would maybe in the south or maybe a hotter area.
Sure, but you get a little bit for your personal use here for your stuff and get to, you source these ingredients elsewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For your restaurant.
This is for what we use at home.
Gotcha. Yeah, very cool.
Here I'm just taking off the lid. And this is the flow style hive. So these are a little bit different. I'll see that.
Sure.
So really I'm just gonna give them a little smoke. This is like a more traditional racks on the bottom here.
Yeah.
This is like where they build the hives on top of the sheets down here and like the natural rack. These are like a different style rack where you can put in a key, turn the key, and then honey comes out. So.
Wow. So turn that key, Adam.
I'm not going to turn the key.
Get that honey and let's go.
You have that tool.
Yeah.
So really, they create a little bit of a bond. So the bond, what that bond does is really it seals the whole inside.
Oh,
so,
I see. Yeah.
So during the whole part of the year, their whole purpose is to protect the queen.
Yeah.
And so during when it's like really hot outside, they need to keep it
Cool.
same cool temperature in here.
Yeah.
And so they'll wave the wings will actually keep the temperature
Oh, I
down
see.
for the queen and for
That's
the babies.
crazy.
And then during the winter, it's the opposite. So they use up they eat all that honey and they create all of this energy, and that creates warmth inside the hive. You know, like a insulated home for them.
Sure.
During the whole time. So I try not to mess with it
Amazing.
at all.
I feel like I'm taking half a step back now. Appreciate you showing me that up close. But it's super
Yeah,
cool.
so it's
very
I think it's very
and
interesting.
educational. Please go proceed.
Well, next I'm just going to show you what the hive looks like.
Yeah.
You can see
Oh,
inside.
wow. Yeah.
So in here is literally like tens of thousands of bees.
Right.
So it's like
That's
this
a
thing
lot
is
of
this
bees.
is really heavy. This is probably like 100 pounds. Like
Yeah.
this whole thing is full of honey.
Wow.
That's it.
That's amazing. And you got some from earlier that
Yep.
we're going to use for the Kokanee and
Yeah, I try not to bother them as much as possible because I want them to be able to create honey and not be able to live through the winter and be able to have a
Yeah.
really highly sustainable hive here.
And I understand there's stuff going on with honeybees everywhere. There's some population issues
Yeah,
and
definitely.
some concerns there. So this is a
Yep.
real neat practice. Thanks for having me. While you finish up, I'm gonna go ahead and go that way. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming over, Rob.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Adam's gonna show us how to make this food taste yummy.
We're gonna do two different styles here. So we're gonna just stuff a fish. This has just been dressed, so cleaned and gutted.
Okay.
And then we have the two fillets here.
Okay.
We're gonna make a really simple dry brine. So really a dry brine, dry cure is kind of the same. It's very similar, but basically it's a little bit of salt. This is a little bit of sugar in here. So I'm just gonna mix the two in there.
Okay.
This is some kosher salt. We have a little bit of chopped garlic and some granulated garlic.
How can we use both?
I just like the flavor profile. So we have like the fresh is like a little bit more pungent.
Yeah.
And the granulated is a little bit more subtle.
Okay.
So we have our fir tips that we gathered.
Yes.
So these have like a nice citrusy sort of flavor to them. And then I'm gonna grate a little bit of this orange into there. This is a microplaner, so we have a really fine zest here, and that will you won't even tell it's on the fish when you're eating it because it's like kind of blends in, it melts
Subtle.
somewhat. Yeah.
And you taught us that you want to just do the outer layer so we don't get the
Yes, you don't want to get the pith. Yeah, you don't want to get that bitter white in there. It's like kind of, it doesn't have a lot of flavor and it's just bitter. Okay, so then I'm just gonna take that and I'm gonna mix that together.
With your hands like a true chef.
Yeah, gotta get in there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have something for you too.
Oh, lovely.
It's just equal parts of sugar and salt, and we have this really nice looking mixture here.
Yeah.
And you can tell it has like a little bit of wetness from that garlic and the pine. Then we're gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on here.
Okay.
And what that does is adds a little bit of, these are wild fish, and so the fat content on there is a little bit leaner, and so I'm just adding a little bit to that.
Perfect.
And the same thing with this. I'm just gonna pour a little bit inside, and then I'm gonna have you sprinkle a little bit on top.
Okay. Honey's coming later.
Honey's coming right after this.
Okay.
Okay, and then stuff some
Good.
inside.
You're gonna make me touch the bloody
No,
fish?
I got it,
Okay,
I got it.
Thank you.
And then we're gonna take a little bit of this honey and just kind of drizzle a little bit on each one. So we have a little bit of olive oil, which has some enzymes in it as well. A tiny bit of this wild honey.
Oh, look at that.
So we have the salt and the sugar, and that's really what's gonna do is like really cure the fish very lightly. We'll let this sit for about hour to 4 hours max.
Okay.
And then we're gonna throw this onto the smoker.
Perfect.
Easy
All right.
breezy.
Let's do it.
I'm joined here with Rob Holman. We're having a little bit of a beach day here. We're gonna show off the work sharp. I have a lot of different things on this one handheld device. We have ceramic, which really kind of hones the blade. A sharpener piece here. We have a diamond steel, so to hone it in again. There's a axe sharpener on here.
Yeah, it's got everything.
Sharpener for scissors
and shears, right?
Really, makes life a lot easier when you have one of these. So you can just pull it out of your drawer or your tackle box. Yeah, when you're on the boat filleting, I mean, that makes it a lot easicer.
Right.
So just setting it down, you want to start with the sharpened side first. And you don't want to do too much pressure because really what you're doing is you're grinding your knife. Sure. And then I'll jump over to ceramic. And so you want to keep that 90 degrees. You don't want to tilt it because then it's going to dull your blade.
Right.
Just keep it 90 degrees, straight across.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. That's going to go right through those Kokanee.
It'll be great.
And that's the Work Sharp Pivot Pro. Oh, yeah.
We got the fish ready to roll.
Yes.
You got the Traeger ready?
Yes, we do. We're ready for you.
Traeger
right,
Ranger
let's
ready
throw
to
'em
go.
on.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh.
smoking. Ready to roll. So I'm just gonna throw this whole fish right on. So we stuffed this one with a little bit of that dry cure. I'm just gonna put the fillets right on there.
Yeah.
These will not even take that long to smoke.
How long are we thinking?
Probably like 6 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
These guys are pretty thin.
It's my
so
kind of meal.
Yeah, this will probably take about 12 to 15 minutes.
Temperature's at 280 on the Traeger Ranger here, Adam.
Well, it's like perfect because it's portable. You know, you can like be able to put that anywhere you want. You can take it with you, camping. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
It's not too heavy either.
So, and even at home for cooking for two, without firing up the
that's
big Traeger.
perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, you packed a lot of Kokanee fillets on that, Adam.
Way to go.
All right,
That
let's
red
get these
meat,
things
man.
smoking.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
These things are beautiful.
Looks good.
All right, let's check these out. Oh, look at these.
Well
Look at that
done.
color. That looks beautiful.
Look great.
So we have some medium, some rare, some
Yeah,
well done.
a little bit of everything,
Everything.
in there. Let's go dig into these.
Let's do it. I'm
All right.
starving.
Rob, I'll let you start.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
much
So let's
for
hear a little
ladies
about
first.
your background, Jeff. How'd you get into the business?
You know, I just saw a need for trolling-related fishing gear. So we kind of did our best as a family business to get this started.
What got you into fishing? Like, what was your initial?
I've fished ever since I can remember. So I grew up fishing.
You grew up here?
I grew up in southern Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Twin
Okay.
Falls area. So there was many times when I was little that my dad would pick me up from school and take me fishing. So
Oh, okay. So, like, what makes your flies Superfly?
So our flies are tailored to the specific fishing requirements for the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
Our flies are designed and tested for Chinook, Kokanee,
Specifically
lake trout,
the species
specifically
in this
species we
area.
find in the Pacific Northwest, and particularly Hayden Lake, all the way out to the coast. So.
Okay.
You're in Sandpoint, Monterey. That's where
We
your
are. We
location.
have a retail location at 31827 Highway 200 in Kokanee, which
Okay.
is just north of Sandpoint. So people are free to stop in whenever they want. And we're also online.
Okay.
So at superflyflies.com.
So, what was the gear that we caught this fish on?
So the gear we used was our Super Dodger, which is our 5 3/4 inch Catchmore style Dodger. We're running a 16-inch leader on a 2-inch Kokanee fly. Mostly it's an attractor.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
brings them in from long distances.
That sort of
and then-
flash when it's like flipping through
Right,
the water. Okay.
right.
One of the things I've seen over the years with Jeff's stuff is that it's really good. It's super flashy. It's
Yeah.
well designed, and he does a lot of R&D, a lot of time on the water to figure out that unique combinations of colors, and they put a lot of flash, a lot of sparkle, you know, a lot of sizzle into their stuff.
Get the fish interested.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, that makes sense. How'd you get into this, Rob? What's your story? Why did you decide to do Northwest Fishing Reports? Where
Well,
did
you know, Northwest Fishing Reports is an interesting thing. About 10 years ago, I was in Spokane, had moved to Spokane here, and decided I wanted to do some of the things that were important to me. And one of those things was my interest in the outdoors, and feeling like that there was an opportunity there to communicate about the importance of getting outside. It's like, you know, maybe there's a way to take my experience from a career in media and my love for the outdoors and combine that and promote people getting outside. And the biggest thing with Northwest Fishing Reports, Adam, is that if people go outside that don't have a mentor or a history of fishing or
Yeah.
hunting, it's hard to get started. It's
It is, yeah.
intimidating, you know?
Yeah, you go in there and there's a huge wall of lures and you're like, what do I get? I want to get a fish. I don't even know how to deal with that.
Where do you start?
Yeah.
Jeff's really good, and guys like Jeff who really try to give you some advice when they sell you a package. They're trying to set you up for success,
Yeah.
and that's what Northwest Fishing Reports is about. Is that we want to promote sport fishing success. I believe that harvest and retention opportunities should be a part of what we do in getting outdoors, and there's a lot of lessons that can be learned.
Yeah.
You know, we do a lot of shows about all that stuff.
Being able to learn how to fish that, being able to see, I mean, your show kind of helps teach that somewhat.
Sure.
And that's some of those things that we don't want to lose in our, you know, our lives that maybe someone's not being able to pass down, but you can catch some of those things on, you know, things that you guys are doing.
Well, and local always tastes better.
Yeah.
Local
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, that's right.
It's
We caught that
super
this
good.
morning.
I
right?
know. I can tell. I can taste the freshness and the love that
Do you
went
like
behind
the?
it.
I like that little bit of citrus notes that are coming through there.
Oh,
that
yeah.
sweet
And the honey and the
Yeah.
salt and the sugar.
Oh, it's so
it's
good.
perfection.
Jeff, what do you think?
I think it's great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Rob and Jeff. We appreciate it. Thank you for doing the hard work and letting us benefit from it. Don't forget to tune in to more episodes of Crave TV weekends on Fox 28.
Fish, that's what, 13?
Yeah, it's about a 13-inch fish.
And that's
And
So am
what
I
it-
supposed to try this right
Yeah,
now?
try it. Or is that one poisonous? Just kidding. No, it's good. All right.